there's been a couple games that were not that nice,
Yeah.
but most of them were I don't know, felt solid.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. And so, are you feeling ready to start to expand some of the things we've been learning and try to get into some other areas, or do you want to keep focusing on what we covered? How are you feeling in terms of like just the learning objectives and executing learning objectives as well that we set last time?
Yeah, so I think overall I'm noticing that I how do I say this? I'm getting to the point where I feel like there's room within my mental stack, and because I am only because I'm mainly focused on the learning objective, and now I
Yeah.
feel like there's room in the mental stack again. It is actually making me play worse
Mm,
again than I did like 10 games ago, so to speak, because I noticed that more room in the mental stack also means more room to be distracted.
right.
um so I think with that, either increasing complexity
Mm,
or expand, either one would work.
hmm.
But definitely feel like okay, ready to
Move on.
continue a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. For sure. Yeah. Take a look. What happened? Where's her LeBlanc? She went bot. Okay. That's pretty bad for her. Okay, so what we need to do when you're in a situation like this is we need to really abuse our lead. So our mindset should be to bully the hell out of LeBlanc. Like typically LeBlanc is, pretty solid in the center early on, but given the fact you're gonna hit level 2 first, we should definitely be bullying her. Yeah, so I think you missed the massive window, right? You have level 2 first because she wasn't in lane. I think you should use
Hmm.
this window to try to trade here, right? When she goes for that last hit. Right
Yeah,
now, right?
yeah. And I like level up, but I am thinking about wanting to trade, but then
Hmm.
I'm like me leveling up the ability makes me think, oh, I missed the trading window on the minion.
Yeah.
So then I was looking for another one, and then I kind of just
Yeah.
quick fired it.
Yeah. Well, I think here you're also just way too timid, right? Like you have barrier, you have bone plating, and you have this
Yeah.
minion wave. I get you don't have E, right? But you don't need to be so defensive given like how much of an advantage you have, right?
Mhm.
Like even if she
Mhm.
QWs you and procs electrocute, bone plate's gonna base and nullify that. I think she's already
Yeah.
down a pot, right? And you have a combat sum and you got these casters. So I think you just need to be more assertive. So I think that's like already the first thing I'm noticing is like I think you should try to like first of all, understand what are the right conditions that would cause you to be in a winning lane state, right? So first we gotta understand the high level, like, okay, what is a winning lane state, right? So if you have
Yeah.
EXP lead, right? So you level up first, right? If you have push, so that means you have more minions, right? Your runes also play a factor, right? So if you have like
Yeah.
defensive runes up, right? Slash offensive runes, right? Like Scourge and Comet or whatever, right? Your defensive
Mhm.
runes up slash sums, right? So these are the things that would like give you the signal, like, hey, I'm in a winning position, right?
Yeah.
And once you recognize this, you need to really position a lot more proactively and invite trading, right? I know the
Okay.
last time we talked about is yeah, like focus on your farm well, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, now we're expanding, right? So once you feel like you can do that without allocating a ton of mental stack, now boom, we start to allocate mental stack here, right?
Yeah.
And then boom into this.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I've in the past done some like 1v1s against people like Aledos and stuff,
Mhm.
and I'm always surprised by what they do is they just run up and purely on their body language, I'm
Correct.
terrified, right? And I'm
Yes.
just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you running at
Yes.
me? And um so like I have felt the effect of that happening to me,
Yep.
but I have never felt like I'm imposing that onto someone
Right,
else.
right, right. Yeah, and so the way you're gonna do that is we need to just experiment around, right? So you need to try Well, first, like we said, first recognize when is a good moment because what you don't want to do is do it at the wrong time, right? Because then you're gonna
Yeah.
get shit on. So I think our first step, right, is this: just spend time recognize like, hey, I'm in an advantageous state, and even if you don't do anything
Yeah.
with it, that's fine, right? Just learn what are the signs.
Uh-huh.
Then start doing this, right? It's like a
Okay.
one-two
Okay.
punch. So develop this
Okay.
first, then do this.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think you're just not putting up nearly enough pressure on the Syndra, right? Like you're or sorry, on the LeBlanc. You're in such a commanding position, right? Can you see that in the review in
Yeah.
hindsight, right? Like this
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
shouldn't
for
even be able to play
sure.
the game.
My mindset is just so much towards I don't want to take damage.
Yeah,
just want to get all the farm, and when I feel like I'm able to get some free damage in, then I will. Like
right,
that's basically how I'm like
right,
playing the lane or most
right,
lanes
right.
based on the objective that we had to get
Yeah, so I
like
still don't think this
more.
is like
Yeah.
terrible at all, right? You're farming really well, and you still have prio. You know you're healthy. You're up on the map. It's good. It's definitely not bad. Yeah, nice. I mean, yeah, waste state's good. Trading overall's been good. Cancel her base. I mean, this is good. Hard push. Too bad.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to share XP, Amumu. Go away.
Yeah, I mean, keeping her stuck on a terrace is amazing. Oof, get her flash. And she has ignite, so she's gonna lose a whole wave. Okay, overall
Mhm.
good. You lost shot there, good. Yeah, it does look like you're playing to what we talked about last time, which is great. So we're in a commanding position again. We got lost chapter now. Maybe we could keep the wave on our side here for a little bit. Yep, perfect. Yep, just soul bud it out. I like this. When she goes to dive, then you push. Yeah, I mean, should they trade it 1 for 1? Maybe we could use this timer to take a look at what's happening bot, potentially, since you already got the wave out. Yeah, or you use this timer to ward. I think that's fine, right? Whenever you get prio, you have either you use that as a roam window or a reset window or warding window. So I think that's totally fine. You use that opportunity to ward. But so now again, if we just look at the setup of the game, right? You are in an
Mhm.
insane spot, right? If we just
Yeah.
freeze frame it, beautiful vision, both thumbs up, lost chapter. So now we need to put
Yeah.
up the heat, right? I want to see some pressure on the map, right? That doesn't mean again roaming the plays, but I want to see this block stuck under her turret now forever,
Mhm.
right? That's what I want to see because you have a plenty of vision and you got sums, so you don't need to worry at all about getting ganked. Because again, we're playing goalie. We're still playing goalie, right? We don't want to give LeBlanc a roaming opportunity. Yep, good, decent trade.
Yeah, now what I notice in a lot of games now is that I get to this point or a bit further, I think usually around the like 10-minute mark,
Hmm.
where I'm having 10 CS a minute or more. And then like something happens like or either I get ganked or there's like a very bad skirmish or whatever.
Hmm.
And then it goes downhill for quite a while before it
Hmm.
goes back up again.
Okay.
And also there's often so much shit going on in the
Hmm.
games
Hmm.
that I'm like, okay, nice. I have 11 CS per minute
Yeah.
by 20 minutes,
Yeah.
but enemy bot lane has 12 kills and also
Hmm.
died 9 times. But like in
Right.
item wise, I'm behind.
Right.
Like and then I don't know. It whenever the games are very controlled, then I'm like, holy fuck, I'm a beast. I'm so
Yeah.
strong. But I'm struggling with those like the games that I just described because
You feel
I'm
like it's
not
one of those
really getting
games.
much kill participation.
Mm.
Yeah, and this is I think one of those games where
Okay.
People are already so like, yeah.
Okay, okay. So what we need to do, let's go all the way back because we need to cover this. Because you're in it. So if we just go back to before this reset, right?
Yeah.
You are in an absurdly good position. You can completely dominate the game right now with how far ahead you are against the
Mhm.
block. But I just
Yeah.
quickly 2x speed to this, and within the span of 2 minutes, you got solo killed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out why that's happening, right? Because if you're playing Syndra and you have a lead, we should be able to keep snowballing that in our isolated 1v1, right? You have a clear
Yeah.
lead over LeBlanc. So what I want you to do in terms of your review process is do exactly what we're about to do, which is go to the moments where you're ahead and then keep going until you fall behind. And that little chunk of time is what you're going to review, right?
Okay.
So here you're
Yeah.
ahead. Here you got solo killed, right? Something happened in between. We want to figure out how this happened, right?
Yeah.
So let's break it down. Let's figure out what happened because your vision is perfect, right? You're up a level. You have lost shot there. We should be dominating here. So first things first, I think our ability usage is okay, right? I like the W into Q. I just think again, when you're in a matchup like this, our goal is what? Maximum lane prio. So what do you think we could have done here to maximize our lane prio even harder in the situation?
Uh, wait, can you go back a bit
Yep.
to see?
Basically, how can we make this situation better for us?
Yeah. I I can see that what I wanted to do with the W is like do a hard push, but I
Yeah.
think I make the decision of what to do with the wave when the wave is there.
Yep.
And because if as soon as the cannons start arriving, I'm already working on hard pushing, I feel like that makes it a lot more difficult for her to do this. But I'm not sure, but I don't know. It feels that way because there's so much time here that I could have already just nuked the wave
Yeah.
with.
So that's the option. You could either nuke the wave, but I also think a simpler option here as well, which he goes on to you, just R her for the
Yeah,
damage, right? Just R her here. And
yeah,
auto attack. She used all her spells, so keep autoing. You don't need to backflick, right? Because remember, LeBlanc's cooldowns are absurdly long. So
hmm,
since you're level 7 and you have all your minions, your autos are gonna do more than hers, right? So
yeah, makes sense.
I would just R auto and fuck her up, right? Because then she's gonna get so low that she's not gonna have a window to trade with you, right? So I think like again because your champ doesn't love moving the plays,
I
like
see.
don't feel bad, like because we talked about this last time, but like just to go one level lower, I think you're probably conservative with your R just by the nature of like R is a valuable tool to kill someone, right? So that's like how do I say
Yeah,
intuitively like you want to hold it, right? But I would say like in terms of
yeah,
like mental stack allocation, don't feel bad using R to snowball your lane pressure, right? And
hmm,
don't feel bad like when you have an advantage.
uh,
Just
yeah.
just
I
keep autoing, right? Hold your ground longer. Don't backflick.
I think
Even
from what
barrier
I'm
as well.
hearing, it's also kind of the mindset of like me using my ult in lane on LeBlanc. If that makes it so that she cannot join a skirmish, that's the same as if I killed LeBlanc with that
Correct.
ult in the
Correct.
skirmish. Like, and she will love the skirmish a lot more than I
Yeah.
would, especially at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
because
yeah,
because what happens in this lane is that you're insanely ahead, but she got two good trades against you. So now you have the
yeah,
base, and boom, there goes all of
yeah,
our lane control, just like that, right? Even though she's behind, you should be
yeah.
dominating her right now, due to the XP difference, right?
Uh huh.
You're up a full level. Your Q does like an extra 60 base damage or something, 40 base damage compared to hers, right?
Hmm.
And you have like 3 more MR, like 100 more HP, yada yada yada, right? So you should just be destroying her. So the fact that these trades are losing for us, that's a bad sign, right? In terms of
Yeah,
our pressure on the map. And so here, same thing in terms of LeBlanc specifics. I think the first thing is, um, I mean, I don't really love the Q because now she's gonna have a window to trade onto you because you don't have Q, right? So I think what I
yeah.
probably would have done here is because you don't have double Q yet, you just need to be more patient with your Q, right? I think it's okay to use your W to clear if you want, but you definitely need to hold your Q until you have double Q, right?
Hmm.
And in terms of this situation here, I don't. I mean, I think your clicks just need to be a bit cleaner, right? She can't really be landing at max range chain like that. So I think against LeBlanc, you want to have nice horizontal clicks relative to where her position is, right? So she's going like this, you got to go like this, right?
Hmm.
Because yeah, she shouldn't really be able to land a max range binding like that. Because yeah, us having to base here is not great. I mean, you get ganked on the situation, which is what it is. Doesn't really do much. If we look at this one, yeah. So usually what LeBlanc's doing to Syndra is they're gonna try to use their RW to get behind you, right? So that way your E doesn't push them away. So
Yeah.
in this situation, you just, man. I mean, you don't have Q again, right? That's what makes it awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I think here you could probably QE here, but you don't have Q up yet. So I think you just need
Yeah.
to be a little bit more respectful of her double dash, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Between the area of her hitting 6 and me having Q upgrade, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Before you have Q, yeah, there's like this gray area, right, where you don't have double Q.
Hmm.
And she has 6. Exactly right. This is her
Yeah.
strength. And so what you need to do is exactly that's the learning. Boom. Right? It's like, okay, when I don't have double Q and she has level 6, I have to really respect her double dash. And I either have to space it better or I have to full commit to all in with my R and Q and barrier, right? And full commit. Because
Hmm.
we can't be losing priority like that, right? When you have the advantage. Now it's okay. You end up losing a little bit of XP, so like she's catching up a little bit, but it's still fine. You got double Q. And so in this situation, he's kind of doing the same thing, right? So he's catching you with the double dash. So in this situation, I think here you probably need to just probably start with E, right? When she's dashing on you,
Yeah.
be a little bit just anticipate it, right? Like what I would do is like, okay, if she's gonna dash forward like this, right? Her W is relatively similar cooldown to your E, right? So what I would do is
Yeah.
the second I see her first dash, I would just throw my E at her, right?
Yeah.
Because if she
I,
doesn't use her second dash, you're fine, right? You can
yeah.
back off. If
What
she, yeah,
what
good.
what I noticed here is that the way she was playing was very different from most LeBlancs that
Right,
I have faced, where
right.
most are like they just WE and then they go
Yeah.
out, or like they
Mm.
or they like this is the first time I experienced them like using W not for damage, but for closing
Right.
distance to then use their ult W for what they would normally use their normal W
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, exactly right.
Um,
Yeah.
and I was just never prepared for it because I did not have that like experience in
Yeah.
my brain yet of,
Yeah.
oh, this is the thing she can do.
Yeah, exactly. And what you'll find is that this is where all the learning is going to come, right? Because you're going to do a good job early in the lane, and then you're going to have a lead, and then somebody's going to catch you off guard
Yeah,
in lane, and you're going to lose a little bit of prio. So again, like I said, go to those moments, go to that blocked off area, right, where it's like
yeah,
lead into behind, and then
yeah.
exactly what we just did. Boom! You just understand now in review. We're like, okay, great. So I need to respect LeBlanc using W for the dash more, right? And how can I use my E better to avoid that, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Or how can I trade better, right? Or how can
Yeah,
I execute the trades? Because there's an opportunity cost for doing that, right? LeBlanc maxes W, so if you can find a way to get your damage off, you're always gonna win that trade, right?
yeah. I see.
Yeah. So let's just go. Like when we look at this one again, it's the same thing, right? I think I would just try to insta E her when she uses that first action. Boom, E her now, right?
Yeah,
I think the problem is that you need
yeah.
to somehow get your W for the slow here as well, right? You probably need to W here when you're clicking back instead of flashing because she doesn't have spells yet, right? She's a burst champ.
Yeah.
So I think I would
Or
W here
yeah.
to slow and then flash away because that slow is going to stop her from getting in range of you.
Yeah. I also my I thought, oh, we just did Drake. My team is gonna be here, but I didn't see that Amumu was recalling.
Right.
So, like, I feel like, I mean, I agree that I should have W'd or at least grabbed the minion so I could W in this moment because I
Yeah.
didn't have anything to grab.
Yeah.
But I thought, oh, my team is there, so if I get to the river, I will survive. But
Right.
I didn't realize they had no clue that I was
Right.
fighting or and doing their own stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck. Had I like pinged assistance or something, maybe I could have gotten help and this would have been fine. But I was so like, huh, what the fuck? I thought Lux was here. I thought Amumu was
Yeah.
here. What do you
Yeah.
mean there is no one?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I
So
think
it's like
this.
the map state calibration during a fight or during a
Yeah.
skirmish. It's something that I've noticed that throughout my league career I've
Mm,
had issues with, and
mm,
I've kind of gotten into the habit of if a fight starts, look at the map, but then
mm.
I no longer like check after. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like
So that what you're saying is completely makes sense. And what I'll say is that that's a byproduct of both personality and the champion you play, right? Because there's two ways to view this. You can view this from the high level map state calibration, that macro perspective, and be like, well, I was moving to my team wasn't here. I should have been considering where my team was better, right?
yeah,
So that's what you're saying. But
yeah,
I actually think I don't even care about this at all. I
okay,
actually think this is a pure micro mix execution, right? Because
okay,
look at this, okay? She is still at a disadvantage compared to you, right? Like her champion is just weaker than your champion, right?
yeah,
So if you're in an advantageous position and you're losing 1v1, I don't really care about the map stake, right? What I care about is like how can I actually win my 1v1 in this situation, right? Because
mm-hmm,
if you actually
mm-hmm,
look at it, this is really close without you dodging her E or landing your W, right? If you actually
yeah,
sidestepped this
yeah,
E and you had landed your W, you would have actually literally killed her, right?
yeah,
So, and you would have lived, and that would have completely changed the game. So,
yeah, for sure.
in my opinion, I think what we should do is because I think, yes, the mouse calibration is something we can work on, but I think you're like, that's like intuitive for you, right? It's like that's the first thing you look
Yeah,
for already,
yeah, yeah,
right?
for sure.
As a person, as your personality, right? That's just the first thing you look for. So I think what we should do is let's actually target the area of things you don't look for, right? So
Okay,
whenever you
yeah,
die, I actually want you to review the micro,
okay,
not the map state. Unless it's like really egregious, right? Like it's really obvious. You know what I mean? Like you're
yeah,
getting jumped on by like three people, you know?
yeah,
Uh, uh,
yeah,
but yeah, I think like especially if it's a close fight. Because
okay,
yeah, I think we just need to improve our execution against LeBlanc, right? Because you should
yeah,
be in a winning position, but now we're actually behind.
yeah,
Even though she kind of entered with these rooms, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well now you're gonna start to feel what you described, right? Where you're not gonna
yeah,
be strong
exactly,
relative to
exactly.
everyone else because you're not. You lost your lead from that reset to
Yeah,
that death, right?
yeah, and it's usually around this like 10 minute mark that
Yeah.
I notice it.
Yeah, because again, if we had actually killed that LeBlanc there, or you kept that pressure, you'd probably be up 2 plates. You'd probably be level 10 right now, because you would have gotten the XP from the kill, or you would at least gotten the wave.
Yeah,
And you'd probably have Blackfire instead of Mercs, right?
yeah,
So you can see, like, now we're starting to, like, not be as strong. Everyone else has one item already compared to us.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, right?
yeah,
You're not
yeah.
respecting the double dash and the E. So it's kind of just we don't need to repeat ourselves, right? It's like that's the learning, and great. Now you know for the future to be thinking about those things and kind of just see what LeBlanc's doing because you're gonna play against all different kinds of LeBlancs, right?
Uh huh.
Okay, nice. Get Blackfire. Okay. Ooh, I think we could have. Okay, so were you aware that your
Yeah.
Amumu was here?
No, I did not know Amu was there.
Okay, great. So this is a great opportunity because this is a lull state, right? This is a mini lull state here. You're not doing
Yeah,
anything yet, quite yet.
I thought, oh, he's gonna clear top and then he's gonna do Rift Herald. Like that's what I thought. I did not realize he was coming to gank me.
Right, right, great. So then I think this is another great thing to kind of think about, right? It's mini lull states, right? Because I think you're right. Like you have an initial idea, right? Which is cool,
Hmm.
right? And good, but you're not updating it,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Because what I noticed right away is what Raptors are gone. and heralds that
Yeah.
up. Boom, update it.
Yeah. But by then I'm already all the waves here. I need
Right,
to look in on the
right,
wave.
right. Nice. Oof, oof, so close. Okay, nice. Do we ult the clone? Is that what happened?
Yeah, yeah. Because like goes in her passive in the bush. So I just think she's in the bush.
Hmm.
like she W's into the bush and then
Right,
the passive pops.
right. I'm surprised you don't R. Why don't you QR her in this situation on the stun, right? Because that's the bread and butter
I,
Syndra combo. You go QE on the stun. She does that mercs.
I was just like, oh, I only have 4 balls down. I need more. Like I need to get that
Hmm.
extra Q for the 5th ball,
Hmm.
and then she was gone already.
Right. Yeah, because that's because now you missed a kill on the Vel'Koz as well here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, this is a disaster. Because now it looks nice too. Okay. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. Uh.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
did not. Yeah, I think as soon as Lux is ulted there, I just need to
Yeah, just back off now.
go away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very fascinating VOD. This is very, very interesting because now when I'm watching your play, I think we're spot on with the high level decision making, right? In terms of like the very high level what you ought to be doing in a particular game, right?
yeah,
Honestly, when I'm looking at your gameplay, the reason why this game is hard is it's I don't want to say simply, but it's your execution. It's just your execution on the skirmish. It's execution against LeBlanc. It's execution on your skirmishes. It's understanding your damage numbers, or when to use your R, right? When to walk up and help your team rather than back off. I don't think that's like high level decision making. That's more like fight to fight, just like street boxing understanding. You know what I mean? It's like if you just
yeah,
play all these fights a little bit better, the game would look completely different. So I think for
yeah, for
you,
sure.
the biggest thing I'm noticing is like I want you to. There's two things. Go, um, where was it? This, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
And then also I think just like watch 3 or 4 different fights and in hindsight ask yourself how could I play that better, right? So you do two things, right? So you
Hmm.
do what you could have done better. It's like actually based off of the situation, what could you have executed better? But then the key is why. So AK, like what is the mindset or info I needed to gather in order to execute this fight better, right? To execute
Yeah.
the what better, right? So it's like, okay, like position, like how could I position better, right? How could I E better, right? Um, how could I have art better or combo better, etc. So like look at
Hmm.
what and then look at why. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like here's a great example here, right? So what we'll do it here. So the what is I shouldn't walk up onto the best in QE. So you just say what it is. Great. Why? Well, because they have 4 people around here and I'm no one else on the map, right?
Yeah.
You see, you do that 1-2 punch, and that's how you
Hmm.
improve your execution in these fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we end up now we burned both our sons, we died.
Yeah.
And I would say the execution of your fights aren't even like Syndra specific execution mistakes. It's more like high level mid lane control maze execution. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, this is like kind of the variables at play that would make this risky for me as a control mage to like walk up and fight. Or like this is how I should
Yeah.
be should be the targets or my initial positioning, etc.
Yeah. I think so as well. It's more the understanding of like what are the threats and what are like
Yes.
how should I be playing this fight rather than, oh,
Correct.
I need to press these buttons, or
Yeah,
like I don't
exactly.
know, like the
Yeah, no, spot on.
yeah,
Yeah. Such
like
who are the key threats?
yeah, I guess it's the thought process of like, oh, is this gonna be a fight where I need to use my E to peel? Do I want a group stun? Like, will we
Yeah,
be able to do shit with
exactly.
that?
And
Like,
that's what I want you to put your
yeah,
mental energy onto, right? When something goes bad, I don't want you to default to like, okay, I didn't know where everyone was on the map on my team. I want you to default to
yeah,
how could I have micro this fight better? That's what I want you to do,
hmm
right?
yeah,
So like all those like
hmm
Katarina Yasuo OTPs where they're the inverse
yeah,
of you,
the
right?
Marvins,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah,
Marvin's. He's the inverse. Where all he's thinking about is how could I fought better. I want you to
yeah.
adopt that for now, right? That's your major learning
Okay,
objective, right?
okay,
The way he thinks about the game is like every play, how can I execute the fight better, right? That's what I want you to start doing.
okay,
Okay, yep, get into the side, start farming. Yeah, because again, you're farming well, right? We had a good say lane state, right? You have the like foundation of the cake. Now we're like putting on the icing. You know what I mean? Like if to give the cake analogy, it's like
yeah.
we just need to add a little bit more to it, and then you're good to go. Okay, here's another great one. I mean, sure, maybe you wouldn't spot this one on your own, right? But while we're here, might as well point it out. So if I look at this, it's like how on earth is my Varus losing his summoners in this situation, right? Well, I think in
Yeah.
my opinion, I think you should be walking with your Varus, right? Have the threat with your main carry. I don't like how you walk with the Mumu and Lux, right? Because sure you're grouped with your team,
Uh,
but now the carries are split off, right?
yeah. I'm just like, okay, I push him bot so that I force someone
Yep.
to react there so that
Yep.
I can force a fight on mid, which we
Mm-hmm.
did. We got the Synaptic, so I
Yep.
immediately want to get the neutral objective.
Yep.
And that's why I just run that sequence.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what the fuck, Varus? Why do you not run towards top where you
Yeah.
know no one is, because we just saw everyone? Like, but
Yeah. Right.
and I'm like trying to lead by body language of, okay, let's go to the Rift Herald,
Yeah. Right.
because I know where everyone is, so I don't mind face checking here,
Right.
or everyone I'm scared about at least.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. Yeah. In terms of this fight, let's look at the fight execution here. Mm. Uh, I think you need to QE the Ambessa, right? Permastun her and one shot her. Should they just already in 1v5?
Yeah.
Right. I think this is you have double Q, so if you're not, if you're a little worried that you're not gonna land on one Q, put down two here. I don't see how she could ever dodge a stun here if you put two down like this and you E.
Hmm.
And then we just one shot her. Like she's literally five killing someone 5v1, right?
Yeah.
I think this is the same thing. You're split off from your if you're Varus. Like it works out, but you should whenever you're participating in a fight, you should always sync up with your other carry, right?
Yeah. Uh,
So like you don't want to be
yeah.
next to him, but you want to hit the same target, right?
Yeah. I was just so much more focused on securing Rift Herald than
Yeah,
on
because
caring on the
again, it's
outcome of the fight.
again, see, it's the same thing, right? Notice your mindset is you're too focused on like high level things like neutral objectives, map state calibration. You're fighting
Yeah.
like just work on the fighting right now, right? Because the reality is when I play
Okay.
control
Yeah.
mage, I'm like thinking about how can I fight as well as possible, right? That's my first instinct,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Okay. Hit with Varus. Yeah, this is good. Nice. It's fine. Ugh. At the base. Try to get to our cosmic drive here. Don't we have enough for cosmic drive? Isn't it 1350 or 1310?
Yeah. But yeah.
Mm,
I Yeah, I guess I should have just
I
based.
think you should just
Uh,
base. Yeah, so that way you can deploy to
uh,
mid with your
yeah.
item spike.
What I was thinking was I wanted to go mid because I created that pressure bot, but then I saw LeBlanc was already coming and I didn't really know anything else. So then I was like, oh,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna take this this scuttle while I wait for thing to come back, and then like Drake is spawning soon, and so we have it so that
Mm,
Nidali won't get the scuttle
yeah.
because my ammo will stop. And I didn't mind wasting time on it because I was like, I don't
Mm,
really see what else I could have done. But
mm.
now that you mention it, yeah, like my time was way better spent just basing for
Yeah,
cosmic
use that
drive.
window. Yeah, and then just group mate because right, this is the point in the game now where we're gonna start to group once you have two items.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because the problem is your team died for
yeah,
free there. At this point in the game, it's kind of rough to die at this point because they can go Baron, especially if you don't have TP. Okay, luckily they didn't Baron. This is a complete mess. Yeah, you're fighting way too long without like all of that, but not this reset window. Now you're sitting in this whole situation without two items, which feels really
yeah,
bad. So I think again, so this one, like this were you reviewing your own gameplay. Definitely just focus on the micro elements. I think that's the learning objective I really want to set for you. But again, while I'm here, the main thing is the reset miss reset window, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and like I talked about at this point in the game, now you really want to be try to be grouped up with your team. Just try to force those fights. Okay, what is happening? How is this guy able to just literally do this? Mm, okay, he's not. Okay, good. Yeah, solid. Even if you die, it's fine. Not bad. Yep. Keep Varus alive as best you can. Hmm. Honestly, this one wasn't bad. I think their best is just extremely strong, and your only carry that can deal with her is dead. So it is what it is.
yeah. I also feel like we could have started Baron so much earlier,
Yeah,
but 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 they didn't, and then we still tried to do it.
yeah. She didn't kill you, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Heroes like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that just from Eclipse? Like that? That
Yeah.
I was so surprised. I was like, okay, I guess I learned that now. I'm besides strong as fuck with Eclipse and W.
Yeah. She's very tanky with a close and W. Yeah, exactly. And she's a Mercs as well, which kind of does well
Yeah,
to Syndra. Okay, we're a bit slow to this. How? It's because we're dead, right? Is that why? Oh yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Here I also at this point I'm in the mindset of the like, okay, let's protect the virus a bit, and then like I don't know, it was going so bad already that I was just like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna run forward to do the suicide bomber thing in hope to like salvage some shit,
Yeah, I think you could
but
probably
even that doesn't
just
work out.
wave clear, right? UGP are
Yeah,
still alive and Lux are still alive, so you guys can
yeah,
probably just hold the game. So I really think this game, I don't think it's any complex macro misunderstanding. I really think it's
no,
the biggest things you're fighting is just not up to par, right?
yeah, that
You
makes
just need to
sense.
you need to improve your fighting, and it makes sense why it's even though you have so many games of the Syndra, that's not your focus point. It's gonna be harder to get better at it, right? Because your
Yeah,
focus point has
yeah.
always been other areas, just from
I
me interacting with you and the way you talk about the game, right?
Yeah, I think it's been a long time since I did Syndra specifics in
Yeah,
general
yeah,
because like they got to a point where it's like, yeah, like I don't know if you know anything about chess, but with chess it's
yeah. I
like
do.
you have your principles, you do your principles,
Yep. Develop
and
pieces. Yeah,
if yeah, like develop the pieces, blah blah blah,
yeah,
and you do that well, and then okay, you've learned this, we move on to some other shit.
yep,
But then I've never gone to the okay, but what about the 10% of the time where the principles actually don't count, or you want to do other shit?
yeah,
And I've like I think in the first The part before Q upgrade, I think I've spent a lot of
I
time
can
on as
tell.
well.
Yeah, it looks very good.
Uh,
Yeah,
but it's the post Q upgrade that, well, that's also what I was starting on with Tim a bit.
yeah,
Um, where I noticed that because before I lost every lane, so I had to come back in mid game. Now I win the first bits oftentimes,
yeah,
but then I don't know what to do
yeah. Right.
because I haven't been in that situation that much.
Yeah, right. Exactly right. And so what we're kind of doing is like exactly like you said. So we revisited like the fundamental aspect of Syndra,
Yeah,
right? Now we're going to yeah, like the just the execution and the fighting, which is also kind of a fundamental in a weird way. You know what I mean? Just something you
yeah,
haven't done
yeah.
in a while, right? Like
Uh huh.
watching your fighting through a micro only lens. Like when was the last time you did that?
More than a year ago.
Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah. So we're basically rebuilding, redeveloping your Syndra from the not I won't say from the
Yeah,
ground up because you had a very good core before we even did a review. But you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like it's like
yeah,
yeah, it's like your version 2 now. So that's what I want to focus on in this. Like we could go nitty gritty into the early lane, but I want to look at like when you have a commanding position because I think you have yeah you have a fucking massive lead, right? How are we using our
yeah,
lead, right? Both execution, like mindset wise, and execution wise. Those are the two major learning objectives I'm setting for you. So let's take a look at this. Okay. Yeah. So our job is to not let her even touch the wave. So she's got no charm. So again, our positioning, run at her. She has no charm.
hmm,
Right? Run on her, go for the stun, W her. Use your range. Use the fact that you have 67 AP, right, at 4 minutes.
yeah,
Fuck her up. She's got no charm. Yeah. So again, it's like we talked about in the first one. Same idea here.
yeah. What my thought here was is there was no one of my team actively doing shit. So
Right.
I wanted to freeze so that she would like be in a more awkward position and could lose more minions.
Yep. I agree. I think that's what you should do as well. Right. But you could hold
But
it and sprint at her.
yeah, okay. So you're like the wave management is good, but the positioning should not
Yes.
be
Like
where.
stand here, QE like this. You
Yeah,
don't hit that minion and fuck
I
her up.
see.
Right.
It's like you position like this when you're behind and you're trying to like survive and hold the
Yeah.
wave at your turret and not die.
Yeah.
But you're also holding the wave here to punish her or like make it very difficult for her to get minions. But
Correct.
then where I stand in proportion, no, in relation
Yeah.
to the wave needs to be way more like
Yeah.
dominant aggressive.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Like even here, you should be even more far up. I don't think you.
You know, it's like damn, I'm being so ballsy.
Yeah, you're not even close to being close to her, right? Because she doesn't even have charm. Like I would get like
Yeah.
here and QE her
Okay.
ass, right, and then W
Okay.
her. Just like you destroy her right now.
I see.
Or here she has no Q. Like again, run up. If she charms you with no Q, just fuck her up again. You know,
Hmm.
because you're doing a good job of baiting, but then you're not punishing that after, right? It's like you've done the
Yeah,
hard
that makes
part,
sense.
but now you're not doing the easy part. You know, just fucking run at her and
Yeah.
just look at her. Yeah, because again, you got good vision, you got good leaning. Like we should like instead of nuking these waves, right? You could still last at these easily at any point, right? Trade with her.
Mm,
You can nuke these whenever
okay.
you want. You have the commanding position. You
Yeah.
have a commanding position.
Yeah, I was just nuking it to give Jackson easier time. But
Yeah, because again, you're goalie. Who cares? Like it doesn't matter if you can help Jackson out. Your job is to fuck up Ari so bad that she can never move to anything, right?
yeah, that's fair.
Nice. Uh, hmm. I think you should have been more patient here. I don't like how you pick up a W, right? What do you think you should do differently here, given what we talked about?
I think I first of all can basically stand in her
Yeah,
casters,
beautiful. Perfect.
positioning wise.
Yep. And then just hold your spells,
Uh,
right? Don't even press anything,
I see.
right? Because if you don't press anything, how can she get a single minion? The second she gets in your range, then you blast her the full combo and you one shot her.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because like I pick up the W here to do the double ball stun, but then
Right.
yeah, I don't have the firepower to actually get the kill
Yeah.
because that
Because
that wastes the spell on not dealing damage but on utility
yeah, because when I
essentially.
look at this, you don't need to do any of that fancy shit, right? With the double Q, W Q. I don't even fucking know what that is, right? All I know here
Yeah,
in this situation, you can't walk up to the wave if you just stand here, right?
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
press anything, and you have plenty of vision. You can just lean down, and you got flash, and she's too low to R, so it's like you can't even get ganked. You're ungankable as well.
Hmm.
You're. Oh my! She actually came from a nice angle. Ah man, sucks. Yeah, I guess you can do this because you burned your R on Ari and then kill her.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's what it is. She actually dodged your ward. So this is also, I will say your ward is a little sloppy. Let's go back. I do actually want to take note of this. So whenever you're warding, you never want to ward inside the brush unless you're putting on control ward. Only control wards go inside the brush. Whenever you're warding one of these bushes, this one or this one, you ward slightly outside of it, right here. Okay?
Okay.
The reason why you do that is this covers this entrance now.
Okay.
Right? So the reason why she looped around you is because she dodged the ward and went like that, right? With my mouse. Because
Ah,
this
right.
ward doesn't guard that entrance. You see, it doesn't guard it.
Yeah.
So if she
I was like
goes,
she can't walk in it, but because she can go from bot try bush or
yeah.
dash over it
So
with
you need
her
to ward
Q.
it a little
Yeah,
bit
that makes
outside.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because when I feel like I have more time, then I ward the banana bush, but
Right.
that would just have the same issue,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, same thing. I really don't like how you're nuking these waves, dude. Just hold your spells and fuck her when she walks up. Just slam a
Hmm.
QE the
Hmm.
second she tries to go for the wave and one shot her.
Yeah.
Because I don't, yeah, we're just bouncing waves. Like, there's no reason you should ever be bouncing waves in this position. You're way further ahead of her. Like, don't even let her have access to the wave. Get prio by stopping her from even touching the wave, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do this thing, but I'm gonna send it here. Where it's like to clear the wave and then also get the trade. Um but
Hmm.
then I'm not seeing the E angle for it.
So okay, yeah. So this makes sense. I see what this is, but the difference between this, like, okay, you want to do this when you're in that matchup where it's hard to get like it's hard to stop them from touching the wave, right? So I'll give you an
Uh-huh.
example, right? Like, what's a champ that beats Syndra really hard? Echo, right? So if you're against
Yeah.
Echo, this is a good window to do this because if Echo walks up and is on the wave, you can't stop him, right?
Yeah.
From touching the wave. So you have to kill the wave and hit him at the same time, right?
Okay.
So the difference
Yeah.
between this and the one we have, you don't need to set that up here because if you just walk at Ari, she can't even touch the wave. You'll destroy her, right?
Okay.
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that
Yeah.
this Tim example is like, okay, if you're against a Kiana or Diana or Echo or Ari's not super behind, right? Where she can
Uh-huh.
actually fight you if you walk at her, right? Then you try to clear
Yeah.
the wave and put and hit her. But here, she can't even fight you, so she has to concede the wave. She can't even Q it because if she gets underneath your
Mhm.
Q, you do fuck her up. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Is this the same thing again? Yeah, it's the same thing again. You're trying to do like really fancy stuff. I don't think you gotta do any of that, right? In this matchup,
Yeah.
overcomplicating it, in my opinion. Okay. We need a back for Blackfire. Okay. Our team died while we're off the map. That's bad. Why? Did you miss a reset window? You need to reset when your Jax is resetting. So here, you need to reset here. I think this is enough for Black. I'm pretty sure this is enough for Blackfire. I think it's 1250 with this amount of gold.
Yeah, 1200.
Yeah, 1200. So this is a per base window, right? You want to sync up with your team. So when your Jax is in base, you want to be in base. So I think this is a
Mm-hmm.
missed reset window here. Because then now you base when your team's on the map, right? So now you're missing a play.
Yeah,
You're missing a window to stop Ari from moving, right? That's the key.
yeah.
Because you should have been on the map back here. Let's say, let's just hypothetical. You're here right now. You're sitting in that brush where that control word is. When Ari tries to walk into the play, you QE auto WQ R her, one shotted, right? Or she's like solo, she can't participate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look at your fighting execution here. Okay, get her flash.
Yeah, here, this one I reviewed and I was like, oh,
Mm,
I should have just R8 instead of
yeah,
QE,
right.
because I missed two abilities and it was still close.
Yeah.
Like if I R8,
So
this was super easy. But this
yeah,
is the same thing where I'm
beautiful.
like,
Both these
okay,
games have the
uh,
same exact problems, right?
yeah, yeah,
I'm glad I brought these two games in. Beautiful games to bring in, right? Because we know exactly what you need to work on. Okay.
yeah,
So the reason why you feel. So let's start with why you feel like some games you aren't as strong as other people, right? It's actually nothing to do with how many kills they get. It's you're blundering your lead, right?
yeah.
You're not accelerating it. You're putting it to a halt. You're like hitting a brick wall, and it goes to a halt. So the reason why this is happening is two things. I think your execution in fights is not good enough, right? And so that's what we need to work on, and we covered how to improve that, right?
Your road is good enough.
Is not. There we go. There we go. And we, we
Yeah,
we talked about exactly how to improve those things, right? And
yeah,
so we need
yeah,
to work. That's the first one objective. I think the second thing is that when you're either not recognizing when you're in a commanding position, or you're not understanding how to use that commanding position to mess up your laner more, right? I think this showed
hmm,
a lot more in the Ari one compared to the LeBlanc one, but I think you're trying too
yeah,
much to like do fancy Syndra stuff, right? Same thing as the video I did, right? I've like never played Syndra
yeah,
before, so I'm not doing
yeah,
anything crazy, right?
yeah.
But what I'm doing is I'm recognizing, okay, I have an advantage. I'm not gonna even let my laner, right, ever win a trade against me again, right?
Hmm.
And so this is what we need to work on. It's like, okay, are we gonna work on our positioning, right? We need to work on just using QE to trade, right? We need to work on like not letting them have access to the wave via positioning, kind of like we talked about. I think just being more assertive in general, right, with your lead, because you're already doing the right high level stuff. It's like you're setting up vision well, right? You're getting your lead early. Um, you have item spike. You have everything you need. So now we're going to the next layer. It's like boom. Now we have our lead. Let's snowball that. Let's get a commanding position. Let's be up in their face. Let's understand that we have flash, so we could be a little bit more, ballsy. We got good vision. Let's lean towards it, and let's really put the heat on our laner, right? Nonstop,
Hmm.
you should be thinking about how can I get a good trade against my laner now. That's the next thing I want you to work on. And then
Okay.
in terms of the mid game, nonstop working on your fighting execution. What's my initial positioning? Where are the key threats? Where's my ADC? How can I fight with my secondary when con?
Hmm. Hmm.
These are the things I want you to work on. And your mind is gonna start to think about high level stuff. Cut that out, right? I don't care about the macro or neutral objectives right now. We don't
Yeah,
care about
yeah.
this. You're already good at this.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, it's such a default to be like
It's a
to look at
default.
the
Yes.
macro. Yeah.
It's a default for you. Yeah. And
Okay.
it makes sense. You're a control mage player. A lot of other players have the inverse, right? Academy players
Yeah.
have the inverse. Their default, like I have to teach them the other way around. It's like, okay, think about the neutral,
Yeah.
right? Think about where I want it on the map. You're doing that really
Yeah.
well, right? So we gotta
Uh-huh.
lower the floor of your skills of your skills, right?
I see. Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense? What we covered?
Think so, yeah. And I think it's I mean the fact that it shows into, but I think especially in my last, I don't know, 10 games or something, I think every game has felt like where I'm very strong
Yeah.
for the first 10 to 15 minutes,
Yep.
then some quote unquote bullshit
Yeah.
happens, and then it sucks until I have Ramadan. Just
Right.
like
Yeah. Yeah, it makes total sense. For watching these, it makes exact sense, right? Because you're
yeah,
going from a
yeah.
winning position to getting solo killed in both of these VODs, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I can show you 5 more in a
Yeah, I'm sure they're
heartbeat.
all like this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
need to look at those and study those up, right? You have an exact,
I
you
see.
know, the exact point in the games now where to review, right? It's that in between area, right? Between those two spots. You die, right? And the game becomes hard, you're ahead.
Mhm, mhm.
There's this area in between. And like exactly what we did about these VODs, hyper focus on that area.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, makes sense? Clear?
It does.
Okay, lovely. Do you have anything else you want to ask me, dude? Or any other questions? Anything you want me to look at?
I I think in general, I don't know if this is the right word, but I would like homework because like to send to you like like I feel like I sometimes lack the or could use some more external motivator or help with accountability regarding reviewing. Or like
Okay, so here, this is what I want you
getting
to do.
more
Okay.
curiosity. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like if that makes
this
sense.
this is what I
Yeah.
want you to do then. Okay. Every 3 block you play, I want
Yeah.
you to pick 2 games and review 4 to 5 fights and send it to me. Okay.
Okay.
That's what, and then pick 1 game of the block, review your positioning when you have a lead, and again go to this area right ahead to behind.
Mhm.
Go to this section, review that, review your positioning, your trading, and send that to me.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
Do
your
do I
homework.
send you clips and then chat messages, or how would you
Whatever
like
works for
to?
you. Okay, so send if you
Okay.
you can send the clip of it and then a chat message, or you can record it yourself and be like, "Hey, this
Okay.
is what I thought. This is what I'm going through. This is what how I reviewed it,"
Uh,
and send me the original clip as well, and then I can give you I can like grade your homework. Right? It's like this is
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Perfect. Sounds good.
Does
Thank
that
you.
work? Is that
Does work.
okay? Perfect. Anything else?
Don't think so.
Okay, lovely. So, I mean, of course, if you have